Hello, my YouTube friends. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to talk about two stocks you can buy tomorrow, in my opinion. So stick around for the video. I'm going to go into the two that I like, why I like them, and what they do. So talk to you in a minute. Good afternoon. My name is Adam Kahn, and I'm the Rational Investor. I hope you're all enjoying your day. Beautiful out here in Vegas. Um, Before I get into the two stocks I think you could buy tomorrow, do me a favor if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. I really appreciate the support. I really do. It's so cool seeing the channel grow. We've almost hit that 5,000 followers or subscriber mark. It's super cool and I really appreciate it. And you guys know that's how YouTube's algorithm works. If you hit that subscribe button, you make comments and everything else, it helps their system and shows them that people are enjoying the content, and it allows other people to find it as well. So thank you. Anyway, let's talk about the two stocks that I like and what I like about them. Now, part of it is I always try to look for good companies that I think are priced fairly at today's pricing. Both of these have had nice big pullbacks for different reasons and totally different spaces. One is a nice dividend stock, so I know some of you really enjoy that, and the other one is a growth company. I'll start with the dividend stock, which is UPS. I think we're all familiar with what UPS does. They actually announced some really good information and good news. They raised their forecast for what they think they'll do in 2025 and 2026, and they even have decent growth, and the stock got crushed when they announced it. Now, it's the second time I saw the stock get beat up and go down to the levels that it got to. And I think that creates a really good buying opportunity for a great company. You know, UPS, FedEx, and USPS, and if you want to include Amazon, but I really wouldn't, those are the three major shipping companies and really do probably 90-95% of all shipping in the country. And they do international as well. UPS has been around a long time and they have a good system in place. They just cut back a bunch of employees in order to save money and increase profits. And it's funny to me that they actually announced something that sounded really good and the stock went lower and it had a really big down day. I think that's the big boys pushing it lower to try to buy it. I mean, that's just my take on it. And this is, so you guys know, I say it all the time, this is not financial advice. You guys need to make your own decisions and do your own research and see what fits your portfolio. What works for me may not work for you. I'm just sharing what I do. I'm just some guy on YouTube. I am not a financial advisor. Maybe if you want, you should reach out to your financial advisor to ask about it. But I actually bought some UPS today. It wasn't something that was in my portfolio today. And I generally don't add new companies. I try to stick with a few companies that I'm comfortable with and I like for long term. I just saw this as an opportunity to add one more that I think is a really great company. My only concern with a company like UPS is if oil prices go up or if more companies start doing what Amazon's done and start doing their own deliveries and eat into that market share. I don't know if we'll see Walmart or Target or some of the others start doing it as well. Or, Target just started doing these 2-hour deliveries. They may end up outsourcing it. Like, I don't know who ends up picking up the business of the deliveries. But UPS has been doing it a long time. I've looked at it, some absurd amount of packages per hour that go through their processing plants. They're really good at what they do, and I think it'd be really hard to start a business to compete with them. The other stock that I like right now is Palo Alto Networks. And really, I thought it would have like a V-shaped bottom and just shoot right back up. And by me sharing it again, you need to do your own research. I know I say it all the time. Don't just listen to me. If you buy it tomorrow, you'll probably get it at a lower price than when I bought it. When the news came out and they had a rough earnings, and again, it wasn't really rough earnings. They really are just changing their model of how they charge because they see it as a better long-term way to grow and more realistic for what they do. Well, they're in the cybersecurity industry, and I think Palo Alto Networks and CrowdStrike are probably the two best, and I'd lean towards Palo Alto Networks. I don't know why. I don't really have a reason I'd pick them over the other. I just really like them, and maybe it's just the name, and maybe it's just that it says Palo Alto. But I think they do a great business, and I think they're going to continue to do a great business. And it's hard for me to imagine that cybersecurity doesn't become more and more of something we rely on. So they're in a great space. They're one of the top companies, and the stock got beat up, which rarely happens. I see that as a really good buying opportunity. Now, today, I think it closed around $285. Maybe it was a little bit lower than that. I bought it around like $290 or $293, which is why I say it gives you an opportunity to potentially get in at a better price than I did. I don't plan on selling this company. This is one of those that, like, I don't even call it buy and hold. I call it buy and own. When I get into some of these, I plan to have it for 20 years, or I plan for my son to inherit it. So I'm not super concerned whether it goes higher or lower or whatever. I figure it's a gift for him. So I don't really stress about it. I hope I'm in the position that I never really need to make any changes when I buy what I think are fantastic companies. And sometimes I don't even try to get too sensitive to the price I'm paying. I know all that matters is price, but when your time horizon is 10 to 20 years, you really hope that the company is doing better and has grown. The only reason I look to sell companies like that is if I think something fundamentally has changed in the industry or the company. And half the time I try to ignore that because if they're still doing well, I find that they know how to maneuver through different economic time frames and they usually end up just fine. So that's my number two is I like Palo Alto Networks a whole lot. So anyway, beautiful day. I don't know if you see behind me. The reason I got started late is we bought 4 new trees, picked them up down at the nursery. Guy kind of gave us a hard time because we're putting them in the car and it's a lot of work. And he's like, we only charge $250 to deliver it. I thought $250, that's what I talk about. That's a lot of money. I don't go to Starbucks every day or spend money the way that I like when I pick on people for spending too much. There's no reason I can't do a little bit of work and help my wife and we lift these up and put them in the car and bring them back to the yard. Now we got to get them planted. And what I'm really hoping is one of them's an orange tree, one of them's a fig tree, and one of them's an Asian pear tree. I don't have a lot of hope that they'll actually grow fruit, but I'm hoping in the back of my mind maybe we get lucky. Here in Vegas, it's pretty hard for that stuff to actually get the fruit. I think the fig tree works, but honestly, for the orange and the Asian pear, I think we'd have to buy either the big boxes or something to put them in so we can give them better dirt than what we have in the ground and fertilize them directly. And I don't know that we'll really go through that. Anyway, we're getting excited because it's that time of year and want to make the yard look as nice as possible. It's part of why we moved here. Anyway, again, thank you. Subscribe, like, make a comment. Tell me what you guys think of Palo Alto Networks as well as UPS, and tell me if there's stocks that you guys like that I haven't talked about. I'd be happy to take a look and tell you what I think. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow or the next day.